Myles Turner is finally fulfilling his potential. After all these years of everybody saying he'd be one of the best two-way bigs in the league, he's finally breaking out and having a career year in scoring. He's also third in blocks per game, and the Pacers are really exceeding expectations, but Turner still isn't satisfied. After rejecting his contract extension and publicly begging the Lakers to trade for him, it seems like there's only one outcome. So, how good is Turner? Will he still be a Pacer this season? Is he even possibly an All-Star? Well, let's talk about it. Myles Turner has been pretty damn good this season. Turner has always been great defensively, that was his calling card. But now, after many years of people seeing his offensive potential become wasted, he's finally started to figure it out on that end of the court. Turner's averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2.3 blocks as well, shooting 55% from the field and 38% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. As a center, that's definitely something to bat an eyelid at. With Myles' skill set, it's quite clear that he's the ideal modern day center. He can switch on the perimeter and guard smaller guys and faster guys. He can block shots at the rim, make a massive impact on defense, and he can also stretch the floor from 3. And now that he's added an overall polished scoring game, there's seemingly nothing Turner can't do. Early in Turner's career, the problem was that he was very reliant on his three-point shot to get pretty much all of his offense. He literally could do pretty much nothing else. A lot of people were critical of the fact that he literally just stood at the three-point line and jacked threes. As a big guy who is athletic, you would think that he's got more to give on the offensive end. But now this season, he's really improved offensively. He's reduced the amount of threes and gotten into the paint a lot more often. He's become really efficient shooting overall, especially in the paint, and he's become even more efficient at shooting from 3. He's also been carrying an Indiana defense that doesn't have a ton of elite defenders. He's second best on a team that's exceeding expectations by a massive amount. So I think that this constitutes him being a sleeper all-star. The East is pretty stacked in terms of big men like, of course, Embiid, Giannis, KD, and Tatum. But I think it's possible that Turner could slip into the reserve spot, or if somebody gets injured, he should be one of the first names up if he doesn't make the All-Star team by his own accord. Unfortunately, despite all the fantastic things going on this season, Turner is not happy, and he wants to get the hell out of Indiana. It's been pretty apparent that over the last about 4 seasons, Turner has wanted nothing to do with the Pacers, and it seems like the Pacers didn't want anything to do with him either. They were always consistently in trade talks, but nothing ever materialized. This year, it seems like Turner is taking these trade talks into his own hands. About 2 months ago, Woj asked Turner whether the Lakers should go after him, and he pretty much said yes. That's gotta be reverse tampering or something, right? And as recently as like 3 or 4 days ago, he declined his contract extension from Indiana. So it seems like he wants absolutely nothing to do with the Pacers, and he wants to get out of there. He's a free agent in 2023 as well, so this opens up the door for a lot of teams for a potential deadline day move, or even in the offseason, of course. The most obvious destination has been the Lakers. Everybody's talked about Buddy Hield and Turner going to the Lakers for 2027, 2029, and Westbrook. 2027, 2029, and Westbrook is probably the most common trade package thrown around the entire NBA. You just throw it at anything, any good player, and Lakers fans seem to think that people will pick it up and be interested in it. In this case, it could work for the Pacers, but they're doing so well this season that it would be pretty surprising for them to just let go of Turner for really not a whole lot in return. This would also mess up the Pacers' chemistry that they've built for the majority of this season, and it's been going pretty well for them as well. Buddy Hield would be a massive miss as well. He's one of their best three-point shooters. Well, he is their best three-point shooter. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and he adds immense value and experience to add to these younger players as well, help them to continue to learn. Guys like Benedict Mathurin, Tyrese is super close with Buddy as well. So I think that would be a massive miss as well if the Lakers want to try and trade for Buddy. I think that the Pacers would be pretty reluctant in just letting Turner and Buddy go. From a Lakers perspective, the question is, do they want to win right now? Of course, LeBron is getting older and AD has had his troubles here and there with injury, so I think they want to get the most out of him right now before potentially he wants to leave or time runs out with him and LeBron. But if you give up 2027 and 2029, you'll probably have nothing in terms of a legitimate future unless you decide to trade LeBron and AD if it all blows up and it doesn't work. The Lakers have also been on a pretty hot streak recently. They just won like 5 or 6 in a row. Do they really want to let Westbrook go and mess up the chemistry that they're finally starting to build with that roster? That's a huge question mark as well. If I was the Lakers, me personally, I probably wouldn't trade for Turner just because you'd be giving up like your whole future, and I'm not sure if just getting Turner and Buddy Hield is enough to make them an immediate contender in such a tight Western Conference. You're going to need a little bit more than that to compete against some of the best guys in the West. Fortunately for Turner, there are other teams in the NBA that are interested in him other than the Lakers. I know that's a shocker, right? Seems like the Lakers are the only team in the league sometimes. But there will be plenty of other teams that are going to be interested in his services, whether that's Boston, maybe even the Warriors, who have plenty of young assets and picks that they could give up as well. But one thing's clear, Turner's had an incredible season and he wants to get the hell out of Indiana. That's all I know. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video on a player that the media doesn't really cover that much, well, this is what this channel is all about. I'm going to be talking about teams, players, and other interesting things that the media just doesn't talk about. So if you're interested in that, then consider hitting a like and a subscribe on this video. I'll be having much more content like this coming in the future. And comment down below what you think of Turner and his situation moving forward. And as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.